Welcome back to Sam's Garage, presented by NH Oil Undercoating. Sam and Doug get to work on the rear suspension of the Alpha 1 GTO. At this phase in the project, they'll be installing new rear coilover springs and wheel bearings.
All right, so today we're going to be tackling the rear suspension of our GTO project, and as you can see, Doug is very uncomfortably in the car removing the rear upper strut tower covers, so it exposes our 14mm nuts. That way we can go ahead and drop the whole assembly out. We're going to install the same coilovers that you guys saw us installing up front in the rear, and then we're going to put an upgraded brake system.
Yeah, as always, Sam has the old guy climb into the tight spots. It's a good thing I'm flexible.
So what we're doing now is we're going to be installing the new bearings. Anytime you guys are doing work like this, and especially in our case where it's 41 years old, go ahead and put new bearings, new seals in, that way it's all taken care of. I got the bearing in the hole. It's already all packed up. It's in the hole pretty tight. There we go. It's all packed. You want to get a socket or something that's in the same diameter of the outside portion of the bearing so that you have something to bang on so that you can get it in. Or you can use a press. I'm going to use this.
Make sure you use a piece that only hits the outer race, not the inner race or the bearings. So make sure it's large enough, as this piece is here, where it just hits the outer race. Otherwise, you'll damage the bearing.
We've got the coilovers installed in the rear, and as you can see, we did put a couple of tacks on the sleeve to the knuckle, because what happens is that those two pieces are just on top of each other floating, and they can come apart. Now, if Doug were to drive this really hard on the racetrack and he gets three-wheel action going, that'll very easily come down and ruin your day. So we put a couple tacks in place to keep it in place.
Yeah, and that's great. And also, as we were putting the rear suspension together, the rear sway bar didn't quite fit exactly right. So we're going to be modifying the sway bar in order to get all the geometries correct. And this is real normal in this type of a build. As we're going through it, there's a lot of little tweaks that we have to do along the way. So, you know, it's been awful lot of fun, Sam, as we've been doing this. We ran into a couple little issues, we overcame them, but what a great day.
Considering this thing is over 40 years old, we're doing pretty good. Most times you'd be having broken bolts, have to get the torch out, break things off, but not really in our case. Only one time have we pulled the torch out so
Yeah,
far.
no, the good thing about it is I always kept this car inside, so it didn't have a lot of rust onto it. Once again, we used a lot of penetrating oil. That made a difference that we pulled. We had to use a little bit of heat, so there's a lot of little things that we did in order to make this work. You know, we managed to tackle it. We didn't kill ourselves today. It was a good day today.
Well, one little hammer shot in the hand, that's not
bad.
Now, we did not reinstall the half shafts in the rear because we're going to be modifying the differential and we're going to be upgrading to 300ZX twin turbo half shafts, 90 model and later. The control arms are in place, knuckles are in place. All we got to do now is the rear brakes.
Is rear brakes, yeah. And once again, we're putting so much power down on this, we have to go through everything. We've got to go through every piece of the powertrain in order for this thing to be able to take the horsepower we're putting down.
And to be safe.
And to be safe.